Class 1 Chapter 5. Introduction. Tourist behavior may be defined as the study of the ways in which people choose to engage in, negotiate and experience travel away from their normal place of residence in pursuit of particular goals and satisfactions. It is a central feature of modern life and one which is continually growing in importance. Its significance lies not just in its economic impact, the aspect which is of most interest to tourism businesses and one which has been constantly emphasized by promoters of tourism as a field of study who have frequently claimed that tourism may now be the world's biggest industry. It also occupies a social and cultural significance in order of life which entitles it to rank alongside other domains of human activity, such as medicine, law, the arts, and the physical sciences which have had a longer and more secure position in the history of Western thought. Until the 20th century, the recreational dimensions of human experience had been largely ignored as legitimate objects of serious study. Only rarely did writers of unusual originality suggest that leisure behavior, precisely because of its everyday ubiquity in the fabric of human lives, might be just as worthy of study, as the more traditional, legitimatized subjects of academic study. The writer, Samuel Johnson, was one of the first to recognize the authenticity of leisure behavior when he observed that no man is a hypocrite in his pleasures. The philosopher Nietzsche went further, suggesting that the activities and pleasures of everyday life, engaged in by the many, might actually be as, if not more, worthy of attention than the grander pursuits of the arts and sciences. Hollingdale, 1981, these little things, food, place, climate, recreation, the whole casuistry of egoism, are beyond all comparison more serious things than anything that has been taken seriously hitherto. It is precisely here that one must begin to learn anew. We start with these comments on both the economic and social implications of tourist behavior because this lecture seeks to widen the treatment of the subject beyond the approach commonly used in marketing texts. It attempts to describe not just how tourist behavior is managed within tourism marketing organization, but to indicate its relationship to wider societal and social processes, traditionally explored through the social sciences, particularly in anthropology, sociology, psychology and cultural history. In short, this lecture seeks to cross-relate social science theory and managerial practice in ways which, it is hoped, will illuminate both. This lecture is structured into 3 sections: an overview of tourist behavior as it is approached and researched as a problem-centered domain in the practices of tourism organizations for the purposes of developing more effective marketing programs, an analysis of tourism behavior using a consumer behavior model derived from the literature of marketing theory, and an examination of tourist behavior in relation to wider societal phenomena of ideology and social representation. Objectives. By the end of this chapter you should be able to understand what tourist behavior is, understand the role and principal forms of market segmentation, understand the main practitioner approach to tourist behavior, understand the main academic model of tourist behavior, understand the structuralist orientation to tourist behavior.